Good evening. We welcome you on behalf of Intersection Records. I am Derek. We're going to talk about night 2 of the 4th of July weekend run, July 5th, my birthday day, my birthday show. I was excited to be there, as you know. First night we were in section 210, where we can get the whole full visual experience of basically a huge planetarium. Night 2, we wanted the floor experience. I'm a GA guy by nature. As I mentioned before, I like to be close to the band, watching the interaction between the band, and that's what we got. We were close to the band, Chimenti side. We could see Mayor, we could see everybody. The floor was comfortable. They had easy to get to the bathrooms, tons of bars, they even had servers on the floor taking drinks. So plenty of room. We were not really distracted by the visuals. The visuals kind of were behind us. So the band was front and center. It was like a normal show with some other, some visuals going on around us. The sound was okay. People were talking about how great the sound is. I found the sound of the floor to be better than most places, although I did have trouble sometimes hearing Chimenti, hearing other folks too. Then I was able to rewatch the video on YouTube, and I could hear everything great. It was being filmed, from probably 300 level center or so. So it did sound better there, but overall the sound was good. And even during Drums in Space was crazy. You could actually feel the vibrations of the drums in you. It was pretty intense. It was great. Again, the interaction between the band was great. You could see John and Chimenti playing off each other, smiling at each other. Mickey was smiling and playing with each other. I couldn't tell who he was looking at, whether it was John or Jay or Chimenti. You could see Bob directing the band. O'Teal was rocking, even like, yeah, as they were rocking. So getting into it. Again, that's what I like to see. The interaction between the band, when are they going to stop? Again, Bob directing, when are they going to start? When are they going to start? He was like, going to another chord, a lower chord, as they were jamming at one point. So it was fun. So what do? They open with Cold, Rain, and Snow, or traditional. I like the lines in that. Well, she's coming down the stairs, coming back to her yellow hair. You may know that from another traditional song they do, Peggy-O. Also, some lines that are also used, and yet another traditional, going down the road feeling bad. Ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going where those chilly winds don't blow. We heard going down the road feeling bad the night before. Second song, they do Truckin'. So the third song that mentioned New Orleans of the weekend, another gambling tune. You gotta play your hands sometimes. The cards ain't worth a dime if you don't lay them down. Truckin' into Bertha. Great one. John did a good job on that. Into Good Lovin', you kind of a traditional pairing, Bertha into Good Lovin'. You do see that a lot, kind of that breakdown. And that I think that was when they were kind of going in and out of that breakdown. Dun 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 dun. In the middle, are they going into anything else? I don't know. We couldn't tell. But they were kind of doing that, and that's when John, Bob was going into directing the band into something else. They did Next Time You See Me after that. Into Next Time You See Me by Junior Parker. This was traditionally done by Pigpen. Then they do Cassidy, one of my favorites, a good jam. Again, Slow and Co. All this stuff was kind of slow jams, mellow jams for the most part. It wasn't necessarily a rocker. It seemed a little faster after I watched it that second night. It was honestly exhausting. We had been, up for 2 days, going to bed late, early morning, and walking all around and standing, on the floor for quite a while. So we were worn out. Vegas took its toll on us for sure. But still, it was a little Slow and Co., which everybody is familiar with that. After Cassidy, they ended the first set with Deal, another gambling song that was, on our list about gambling songs. Second set, they opened with China Cat Sunflower, into I Know You Rider, the traditional pairing. Then they did both of those nice jams. Again, when are they going into Rider? I like that. You could, again, they were drawing it out slow, taking their time to get there, which is fine. But it was pretty cool. Again, that's when you can see Bob, we're going to break it down. We're going into Rider now. Into Playing of the Band, a nice jam. They did Dark Star. I don't remember if they went into this or just stopped and started. I think they stopped and started Dark Star. Now, they had teased Dark Star the night before as early as Franklin's Tower, which is the second song. So we were hearing teases of it the night before. Thought they might go into it. They did go. They did do it the second set. The guy next to me was excited. It was his first time ever hearing it. I've always loved that song. I got it my first Dead show with Ryan in Chicago. March 16th, 1994, we got that. Into Drums in Space. So in drums, you had Mickey, Jay, and O'Teal on drums, and then in space, as I mentioned before, you could hear the drums. Now, Mickey, let me give a shout out to him. He's using the back, and makes his, this thing during Drums in Space. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to him, but again, we were up close. We were able to see this. That's the closest I'd been to see the Dead. I think I'd seen him in Nashville, relatively close, GA, but I think I was a little bit closer this time. But Mickey, let me tell you, he has his foot in the past and in the future. He's a historian. He's a futurist. He's ahead of his time. He's got all these he's got, I think, a Grammy for maybe Planet Drum for a world music category. But he's drummed with all sorts of drummers from around the world. Hamza El-Din, an Egyptian drummer, played with him a lot. Willie Green for the Neville Brothers, some New Orleans drummer, some syncopated rhythm. We actually caught him in Birmingham, 1995. Airto Moreira, a Brazilian drummer. Baba Olatuji, a Nigerian drummer. Santana's drummers. Gepeto Arias, a Nicaraguan drummer. And Mike Carabello, I think he's an American drummer. But he's going into primal stuff, some ancient stuff, some Egyptian stuff, some Middle Eastern stuff, all the stuff he does, all those instruments he's played. And it was pretty powerful. Again, you can feel that, and it's cool. He has testified before Congress even about the power of rhythm, the power of music. In fact, a little known thing, it's not really out there yet, but famed ESPN sports writer Wright Thompson is doing a documentary about Mickey Hart and the role of rhythm or music in sports. I think it's going to be an ESPN documentary. It's not out yet, but I think he's wrapping that up. And Mickey has said, everything that exists in time has a rhythm and a pattern. Our bodies are multidimensional rhythm machines with everything pulsing in synchrony, from the digesting activity of our intestines to the firing neurons in the brain. When I saw that, it reminded me, after both sets of Drum Space, a huge neon pulsing brain comes up. So I wonder if that's what he's saying. Everything is kind of connected. This drumming is connected to nature. He's again in the primal stuff. He's in history. He's done the stuff, with Rainforest, his Rhythm Devils, his Apocalypse Now, his Planet Drum stuff, the world drumming stuff. But he's also done all this synth computer stuff. That he's had way back when and is continuing today. So it's almost like a DJ up there, some synth dude up there, pushing buttons, and he's done that for a while. So it's pretty cool. Shout out to Mickey for all the stuff that he's done. How cool, how again, he's got his foot in the past and the future. And it was great. Looks Like Rain comes out of Drums in Space. Again, you've got Bob telling the story with great emotion, sounding great. Fire on the Mountain. O'Teal starts off, I think the first two verses, I think it's kind of traditional, but then others sing it. And then we go back to Mickey. Again, let me tell you, ahead of his time. So he does the Mickey rap, which I'd heard of. I didn't know what that meant. Hadn't seen it. But in 1974, they did this Fire on the Mountain rap, and I think it's attributed to Garcia and Hart. So he has this rap. This is 1974. In 1979, Rapper's Delight comes out. It was generally considered the first rap song to be played on the radio. So, 5 years before rap was on the radio, Mickey is rapping in Fire on the Mountain. In 1982, Grandmaster Flash releases The Message. So years before Sugar Hill Gang, years before Grandmaster Flash, Mickey is rapping. So kudos to Mickey. I mean, impressive. It was fun watching that. Throwing Stones, out, let me see, Flower on the Mountain, I think they stopped. I don't have an into, Throwing Stones. This was a political tune that I thought they might play on, July 4th, but I guess they kept it light on July 4th and saved it for the 5th, so we got that. Ended Encore really with Not Fade Away, Buddy Holly and the Crickets. A great tune. It had everybody going bop bop bop, clapping. You know I love Not Fade Away. And it was a great experience overall. I only did 2 nights. The third night, July 6th, looked like it had some great songs. My Eyes of the World was in there. Should have said that's why you don't miss that third show. I missed the third show. I didn't get My Eyes of the World. Didn't get a few great ones. I had some friends that were there. They said it was fantastic. So all 3 shows generally well received. It is highly recommended. The whole experience was tremendous. If you get a chance to go see them, go see them. If you've seen them, if you saw these shows, make a comment. What did you like? What was your favorite part of the show? Favorite part of the experience? Let us know. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.